Hey guys, good morning. It is fairly early. I've been up for hours and hours. I woke up, it was actually kind of cool this morning when I got up, so it got me thinking and led me down a path of fixing yet another thing on the Samurai, hopefully. As you can see, I drained a little fluid here, and to do that, there's actually a little, what I call a petcock valve. I know this is the hose that was on it, so it's getting replaced. I know people call these petcocks, and there's another name for them. That's what I've always called them. But anyway, where is it? Yeah, right there is a little valve, and you put the hose right here, and then you twist this, and when you twist it enough, come on, baby, okay. This one I had to twist quite a bit. I was actually worried it was going to come out, but now you can see that it's starting to drain. So anyways, that's how you drain your fluid. I'm sure everybody knew that already, but for those that didn't, that's an easy way to do it without making a mess. I'm debating on whether or not to reuse this. This was a really clean pan when I started, so anyways. Okay, so what we're actually working on, this is a little valve that goes on the firewall. And months ago, when I was replacing some stuff inside, I replaced this faceplate thing, and it got me working behind there and stuff. Anyways, this little slider right here, the hot and cold, this didn't come with air conditioning. However, it does have a little valve. So I'm thinking that this wire, if I remember correctly, is what's on the other end of that. So I'm going to set my camera up real quick, and I will go tug on that, and you guys tell me if that moves. It should. Okay, so it does indeed move that wire. So that wire connects right here, and there's just this little valve where the radiator fluid comes in, and it's either blocked by that valve or it's allowed to pass through, and then goes through the firewall to what I'm assuming is the heater core inside there. So, you know, it seems like most vehicles will have like a blend door, which is just like a baffle that directs airflow over the heater core, which is basically a little radiator, and the blend door either diverts air to flow past it or through it and then out to you with the hot air, or it goes around it. Like if you got your AC on, then it obviously wouldn't want to flow past the heater core, but I guess in this case it just diverts the water and either heats up the heater core or does not. So yeah, that's what we're working with. But my valve has been stuck ever since, you know, the beginning of summer when I was doing that. I was afraid I was going to break it. I mean, I was putting so much force on this thing, and once I actually got it out of the vehicle this morning, now it doesn't want to move again. Oh, there it goes. I was able to get it to break free and move. Let me turn my light on. Inside there you can see the little spring, and it actually looks like it's good and gonna make a good seal. I was really worried because they come out of India. I was really worried that if I start messing with this, that it's gonna leak. And then I thought, you know what, if it does leak, I'll literally just put a little elbow right there for these two pipes. I'll just put a freaking little 90-degree elbow right there, and then it'll have heat. So I wasn't too worried about that. Once I thought about that, I was like, I am gonna screw with it. So yeah, anyway, I put some I sprayed some silicone in here and started working it back and forth, and since I already had it in my hand, I shot some on all the little leverage points and stuff. So yeah, I'm when I thought to grab my camera, I was actually at the point where I was sanding something down so I can repaint it. Oh yeah, right there. I was sanding the rust off, and then I was like, you know, I probably should have recorded this. So that's where I'm at with this. And So I'm gonna get it sanded down, probably paint it. Obviously not right here on the rod, but, and then I will put it back together, and it's either gonna leak out of probably right here, or I'll be golden and won't have to worry about it. Or the fact that since this has been closed forever, and now we'll be opening it, letting coolant flow through the radiator or the heater core. That's my other possible leak spot. So might have a leaky heater core, so we'll find out. I got her primered. I've just been kind of cleaning up the spring hardware and stuff in the meantime. I like getting stuff like that clean. It just makes you feel good inside, doesn't it? Alright, what are we using? I'm gonna hit it with this stuff first, and then probably the Reinstalling. I already primered it. I'll just go straight for this. Mosquitoes. There. Mosquitoes are getting bad. I might start shooting them with this stuff. Bet they drop right out of the air. Stick their little wingies together. I'm gonna try it, but I don't want to hit my. Ooh, almost got the bumper. I'm gonna get those little SOBs. All right. Still white right there. A lot of little nooks and crannies. Alright. Alright, I just took all the tape off. Got done painting it, and this part moves really easy now, so it's a million times different than how it was. Okay, so now hopefully that seal is good in there, and it doesn't leak out of here. I guess that's my only concern. So I'm gonna put it back on, and we'll see. Fill it up with fluid. That fluid's been sitting out for so long. I'm gonna have to run it through either replace it. I have some other fluid, or maybe run it through a cheesecloth or something. 'Cause I think it's probably got dust and hair and. See if I can focus on that. Yeah, look at all that nastiness. Well, I used my cheesecloth and got what I could in there. Still a little bit, which I need to start it up, get it circulating. going to take a while for the thermostat to open, so I won't bore you guys with that, but I'll come back when I have some progress to show. Alright, well, got this on hot, and it's actually blowing warm. I wouldn't say it's hot. Actually, it is kind of hot. I think it's working. I didn't think the thermostat was actually opening because I pulled that funnel out and there was no pressure in it. But then when I got in it, this was above the little low mark. So I wasn't able to get all the fluid back in it, so I'm going to get home right now and pop the radiator cap if it'll let me. But yeah, it is actually blowing warm. Let's see if I slide that over. Now it comes out cooler. Cool. Awesome. I'm not exactly sure where the radiator core is, but I don't have any leaks in here, so that's good. Guess I'll check outside. And that's not leaking. So awesome. I need to zip tie this back on here, but anyway, just hit my funny bone. Ooh, that's very warm. Well, awesome. Something actually worked right for once. It's pretty hot. And yeah, okay. So that did drop down. Awesome. Alright, well, I'll fill it up. Call that project good. I don't know if this spider's just like decorating for Halloween or if he's always there. That goes all the way over to the house. Probably hard to see, but this is so frustrating. I've tried fixing this leak several times, and still appears that oil is somehow making its way outside the pan here. And let me show you all I can see because I cannot figure it out. Like, this is right where the pan curves around. I've even put a little bit of extra RTV. You can see there's a gap between the bell housing right there and over on this side. So I have my little bore scope thing that I've been trying to shove up in there. Let me kind of show you what that looks like. You do have this little plug deal there, which I've seen that every time I've tried to bore scope this. I've seen that, but it doesn't look like anything's really coming out of it. And I don't really remember that when I had it all apart. I don't know. Really all I can see, that would be the round Or that would be the rear main behind there. Anyways, I do have a, let me get some better light. I do have a stripped out bolt. I think it was that one. Which one was it? I think it was that one, or maybe it was the one on the other side. Anyway, stripped straight out, and it's weird because the metal that it goes into is probably that thick, and then above it is just air. And you can actually shine a light, and you can see the light coming in from behind it, so it just, why won't it focus? Anyways, so guys, I might pull this freaking pan one more time and go down and get the right size tap and some new bolts, and so I can get them all torqued to the same exact amount. So this is pretty cool. I noticed that the battery was getting a little bit lower on this thing, and in the kit that it came with I noticed a cord. So I have the same type of cord out here for charging my headlamps. So I don't know why, I just thought because this was like a cheaper dealio, I thought it had like AAA's or something, but it looks like it might be. Go in there. Yay. Yeah, it's a Type C, so sweet, so I can recharge it. So as far as tools I have on hand, I did find this 1024 tap. I don't know if that is too small though, so I would have a couple bolts if it actually will fit, but I think this is going to be too small of a diameter. I need to get that old 10mm out and see. So you guys might remember in the last episode I put a cork gasket. You can see it there and there and there and there where it sticks through. But anyway, I replaced the valve cover gasket with a cork one because mine was having issues, and I thought maybe I was having a small leak out the back coming down, because I still can't figure out where the oil is seeping from on the bottom. And as you can see, I got the oil pan off again, and this Permatex, I went down last time and got the actual Permatex brand RTV, and it stuck on there even harder. Oh my gosh, trying to pry it. I had right in here. If you guys are ever trying to get your pan off, I know you probably have a different bumper than what I've got, but what I was able to do right here, I was able to sneak this tool in like that, just right like that, and that put it back up. I don't know, I put it in there like that. So I don't know, it worked for me with this bumper, but I was able to put that long extension through there and beat it with this hammer. And once you get it, I don't know, you start hitting it and it eventually goes down, and once you get it to about like right here, you can kind of hear the bead break, and then you can get in there and kind of pry it on this side and get your razor blade and try to start cutting and stuff. But I mean, it's a real pain. And this Permatex sticks, I think, better than I thought the damn Harbor Freight stuff stuck really good, and this stuff, oh my god, it's like glue. But anyway, I ordered a cork gasket. I can go pick it up in an hour or two. The other thing is I have 1 or 2 screws that the threads are stripped out, so I need to tap them and go to the next size up. But where I think my leak is at, I still think my leak, I've only had one theory that actually makes any sense to me at all because of where the leak is. I can't get my arm in here to show you guys. Okay, maybe right here. Okay, if you can see, I'll try to zoom it in. Come on, baby. Okay, so there's a line right there, and where my leak always ends up with, you can see this little dip in the metal right here where it comes across and then goes in and comes back out. It almost seems like it seeps out into this area right here. So I think what's happening when the crank spins up and pressurizes, I think it's the pressure is pushing through that crack and making it all the way over to here, and then making its way out. It only does it when I drive, so I know it doesn't leak just sitting here. It only does it under pressure, but I still believe that that's where And then there's one on this side too. There'd be a line underneath here where those two pieces of metal go together. But anyway, it's so much of a pain to do this RTV stuff every time. That's why I ordered a gasket, so I can just hopefully put that cork gasket on and pull the bolts out. And I can't remember which one it was. I think it was this guy right here, maybe, that I need to tap. Alright, so I need to go to the hardware store and get a tap and a couple of bigger bolts, so I can do that too. Anyways, this is where I'm at on this darn thing. Still, I guess if I didn't have OCD so bad, a drop every couple days wouldn't be that big the end of the world, but it just annoys me. Well, this is awesome. I'm down at Ace Hardware. Look, for $7 I could get a cork sheet that's 12 by 36 inches. And I just paid close to $20 for one oil pan gasket. Nice. Yeah, so in hindsight, I really wish I would have got the roll 12 by 36 for like $7. 1/16 of an inch thick, which is like the same thickness of cork. I could have just rolled it out. I could have put the pan on top, traced around it, marked all the holes, and then I could have just, I mean, it wouldn't matter if this line where I cut was thicker or thinner. It wouldn't have mattered. It would have been real easy to make. Anyway, I also got, whoa buddy, some hardware for, I know I have one that's stripped out, and I was looking at flange bolts and stuff, and I know this will fit, the head will fit in there, and that's why I did this. And I can take a number 3 bit, and I can still torque it with my inch-pound torque wrench, so that's why I got these, and the washers. And they're stainless, so it'll work. They won't match, but it'll work. You ever seen a cuter crescent wrench? I don't think I have. Found this in my toolbox. I know this one was kind of stripped, so I definitely am trying to fix it. Okay, I think it's bottomed out, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. Come on. Come on, baby. I put oil all over it. I got plenty of that dripping down on me, so that wasn't hard to come by. Okay, I need both hands here. Okay, I put a couple of spacers on here to simulate the oil pan. I'm going to go around with my torque wrench with this bolt and torque them all to about 96 inch-pounds. And any of them that feel stripped out or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and tap them and replace. I think it's only 1 or 2, maybe 3, but that's how I'm going to check. I want to do that obviously before I go through the trouble of trying to put the pan back on and everything. So that way I'll have them already tapped out and ready to go. So. Now which one was it? Is it this one? I think it was that one. That one's got crap just falling out of it. Okay, what I've been doing is taking a little drop of oil wherever I can get it, like right here, just to kind of get it lubed up. Yeah, that one looks stripped out. Okay. And you know, I bought this 1/4 and I think I have 2 or 3 of these. I was gonna like take bolts down to the hardware store but when I went out for something else, I got the email that the gasket was ready up at the local store. So it's right there by the hardware store, so I just went ahead and picked them both up. So when I went to the hardware store, I didn't have any bolts to compare it to or anything. Ended up getting this 1/4 20, which, come to think of it, I think I have several of these, because when I used to do door lock hardware for card access, like strikes and mag locks and stuff, we used to have to tap our own holes on the like crash bar rim mount strikes. So that was a big waste of money, probably. Sure is sharp though, having a brand new one. Man, they cut like butter. This little tiny crescent wrench just is no problem. Just kind of go till it gets hard and then go back the other direction. Alright, let's see if that's deep enough, and then once I get it out, I have a little screw here to test it. So, I mean, these freaking mosquitoes are just, I got spray all over me too. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, I'm gonna spray some of this damn mosquito spray right on the ground. I am so sick of getting bit, these bastards. I got it all over me already. Doesn't seem to be working. Okay. Alright, I need to put the pickup back in. Hopefully it's clean. I'm breathing that crap in. Okay. I got the O-ring on it already. And I need to I got two bolts. One's a little longer than the other. Okay, this hole. Oh, that one's really, that goes way up in there. Okay. And that one does not. Okay, so the short one goes toward the back. Glad we double checked that. Good job, guys. So the short one goes toward the back? Is that what you said? I hope so. Oh, my neck. Getting a headache from my neck being tweaked. What's the torque spec on this? All of it? Yep. I guess with Loctite, 4 ugga-duggas. Perfect. Well, time lapse made that look easy, but I am paying for it. All my muscles in my shoulder are like locked up. I'm getting a headache. I'm just praying that it doesn't seep anymore. And I know it's coming through. I did put some high tack, and I tried to actually wrap it where that line is on either side. There's the line where the back part would attach to the block or whatever. I put high tack across it and then tried to get my finger in there to wrap it around the ends. So hopefully that'll kind of, when it pressurizes and tries to push through there, it won't. So I guess we'll find out. But at least now if I have to take the pan back off, should be able to maybe. I didn't put any high tack anywhere. Well, I did. I put it all on the pan side and then stuck the gasket down. So when I go to remove it, the pan should pull off with the gasket, other than that little spot in the back. On those 2 spots, I'll just have to be really careful, and it'll probably ruin it. And if it does, I'll probably just buy that cork sheet. Oh, I'm talking like I'm taking it back off. That thing never needs to come off again, because it's 100% good, and I'm gonna keep thinking positive. So, all right, I gotta get cleaned up. Hey guys, it's the next day. It's kind of late in the day. It got up to, I believe, 108. And when I do the recap on my phone, it says 107, but I looked at it at one point and it said 108, and it's September 25th. I don't know if you guys can see that. She's right up to the line, so we're good. And I'm going to take her for a drive and then hopefully check underneath and we won't have any leaks, so we'll see. I got 100 feet and my phone rang, so I just turned around and came back. Okay. Here we go. Still pretty damn hot out. 100 and something. Well, there's a conspiracy that we have like a different sun now, that our sun's like a freaking LED or something. So I'll just aim it through this tint strip and we'll find out for sure. No, it's the regular sun. Conspiracy theory debunked. Got a QT there competing with the Circle K here. Got a really big hill right here. Oh. Sometimes I get some pictures out that way with the Samurai. And I'll just park right here. Come on. Good. Cool. Haven't had any dieseling for a long time, so that's good. I think I got the mixture on the carburetor good and the timing.
Yeah. I had the blue, I had some of that, and then I had that again, the purple, crossbite, whatever it is, right side. She got the gold one, she got the blue box. I got nothing.
Alright. Let's do a warm start. Go ahead, dude. Had to wait for El Trafico. Ooh, I get to go for it? Kinda. Sweet. RPMs up some and fling that oil to the side to really test it. I think that's what happens. I think as the crank starts spinning faster and faster and the oil pump, I think it just kind of pressurizes that oil and pushes it through that crack. So I'm really hoping that high tack kind of filled that in, and hopefully it won't be leaking anymore. This house with all the junk cars finally is getting a new roof. I guess the guy got kicked out and his sister took it over or something, so that's nice. I was doing about 55 this morning and I hit a dove. By the time I saw it, I hit the brakes, but it was too late. It bunk. Doves are a fairly big bird, just a little bit smaller than a pigeon. And they always leave a dust print, like when they hit windows and stuff. But at least he hit on kind of an angled part, so I'm sure he launched straight up and hopefully he made it. Alright, not really seeing anything yet, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. If it eventually builds up on those little ears on the side, then we'll know. But yeah, give it another couple days and check it again. It's Friday, September 27th. It's not even 3 o'clock. 108 degrees. It's supposed to be 109 today. What's worse than 108 degrees? Driving a black vehicle that's been sitting in the sun in 108 degrees.
Oh my good Lord.
It's a few hours later now. It says 1:13. It is 5 o'clock. I don't really cook very often, but I'm gonna fry some chicken. So yeah, I put some of my yellow rags up. You want to be, I read about 350, but you want to get it a little hotter before you put the chicken in because that'll cool the oil off. So wish me luck. I don't really ever do this. If I get a craving like that again, I'll just go to the fried chicken store. It's almost 9 o'clock. I forgot how long chicken takes, and then if you don't get the temperature just perfect, you end up burning the chicken before the internal temperature gets right. So these are like oddly undercooked and these are overcooked in the middle, you know, just from, anyway, they're edible, so. But I won't be doing this again for a very long time. I'm going 52 miles an hour. This thing weighs, I think, 5,300 pounds plus everything I've got in it. It's probably closer to 6,000 pounds that I have to bring to a stop. That energy is then just getting converted right into heat through your brake system so you can come to a damn stop again. Why have they never made like a big ass flywheel, like imagine like a manhole cover only, maybe even bigger, and then it would probably have to go like under the floorboard horizontally and be geared, you know, to hook up to your drive line. But why not, when you start to slow down, kind of like regenerative braking, but instead of through your brakes, just have a clutch that engages a flywheel and starts spinning up that big ass heavy flywheel. It would actually save on your brakes, but it would get that flywheel spinning. And then when you're at a stop, you know, at a stoplight for a couple minutes, that thing would still be spinning. And then when you want to take off, it would just re-engage that clutch slowly, and it would get you back up to, say, 20 or 30 miles an hour without using any fuel. It's just using your, you would have converted your, once again, damn it. You would have converted all that momentum, all that kinetic energy into potential energy to be used again. How come that hasn't been around for like the last 60 years? Such a basic thing. I mean, it wouldn't take a genius to, I bet any engineer could come up with something like that. So, and that would save, you know, you multiply that by 100 million vehicles or something like that, however many there are. And I'm just talking about the United States. If that was worldwide, think about how much gas that would save if pretty much every car had that. Why have they never done that? I think I know why, but like in the late 60s, early 70s, when they started, because you had some badass cars that were starting to have good horsepower, muscle car era, and then all of a sudden they started making compacts and gutless pieces of crap that had no power because of, you know, fuel and emissions and all that stuff. So why didn't they ever do that? I don't know.